A very good morning to all of you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. As we all know, from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. in the morning, we come up with the Hindu analysis. Today is 24th May, that is Wednesday. आज 24 May Wednesday है, and we are here with the Hindu analysis of 24th May. Am I audible? Okay, so yes, good morning guys. So let's discuss Wednesday's important article. First is rupees 2000 note reach banks amid hiccups. So we will be discussing about it because 2000 rupee note is very much in the news. And then here is an article about India-Australia ties built on trust, says PM Modi. So these two articles we will be discussing it in detail. Okay. First, 2000 notes reach banks amid hiccups. तो hiccups को हिंदी में लोग कहते हैं हिचकी. तो इस सेंस में आप समझ सकते हो कि I mean there are some I can say issues थोड़ा बहुत है ना, so or you can say road blocks or something like that. तो थोड़ा परेशानी आप कह सकते हो है ना, issues to the people because some sort of confusion has happened. That is what is being highlighted here. Like some banks are asking for ID, some bank branch are saying no ID is not required. So some sort of little bit of confusion has happened. The 4 months window to exchange the or deposit 2000 currency notes open on Tuesday with small queues and confusion at some banks over the requirement of identity cards such as PAN और आधार. तो queues बहुत लंबी नहीं थी, small queues जो line होती है ना, that was not long. I mean because most of the 2000 rupee notes are actually being used है ना. I mean it is not very much prevalent in the economy, but still yes. So there are people who have 2000 rupee notes. They have gone to the banks to exchange it. अभी भी कुछ लोगों के पास है 2000 रुपए का नोट, तो अपना exchange करा रहे हैं. At some places there were confusion regarding requirement of ID cards like PAN, आधार and requisition slip. तो कहीं कहीं बैंक में लोग PAN या आधार या slip वगैरह भरवा रहे हैं, फॉर्म भरवा रहे हैं. But there's a confusion. I mean, because yesterday we had discussed on the first page that SBI had withdrawn such in notices and all. Notification, but still some banks are still asking for it and all. RBI on 19th May, I hope you are aware, have announced that it will be withdrawing the 2000 rupee note under clean note policy. Okay. So from 23rd May this year till 30th September. So for the next almost 4 months window is there to exchange the notes. आपके पास 4 महीना है नोट बदलवाने के लिए. Okay, while the RBI has not made presentation of a valid ID or filing of deposit forms mandatory, there were complaints from some places that the banks were asking customers to submit their identity card. तो RBI ने ऐसा कुछ कहा नहीं है. RBI has not said anything regarding that if you are exchanging the 2000 rupee notes with some other note, you need to provide ID in banks, identity card like Aadhaar or PAN, something like that. The bank has not, RBI has not said like that. But yes, there are incidents where customers complain that in some cases, in some branches or banks, they are asking for it. मतलब RBI ने ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहा है, लेकिन कुछ banks, कुछ customers ने ये कहा कि RBI जब हम लोग बैंक के पास गए exchange कराने के लिए, तो वो जो है ID card मांग रहे थे. Okay, so that is what it is there and all. तो इसी पर एक article थी, ठीक है. So there are some issues and all. उसको highlight कर रहे हैं कि what were the problems the people faced and all. That is what the article is. There's a question for you. Who is the Prime Minister of Australia? Because recently Modi ji is on a visit to Australia. Your options are Jacinda Ardern, Chris Hipkins, Anthony Albanese, Scott Morrison. Your time starts now. बताओ क्या सही जवाब है? Prime Minister of Australia. Yes. And guys, I hope you are aware that CLAT and AILET date has been announced. Okay? So I will be covering, I will be making a separate video for that. Okay, the exam date have been announced. Okay? So just subscribe to this channel. On the same YouTube channel, I will be coming up with a video, separate video where I will be announcing the CLAT and AILET exam date and some strategy and syllabus, how to handle it and all. Okay? Yes, the right answer is Anthony Albanese. तो Jacinda Ardern जो था, she is actually the ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand, है ना? She became very famous while she resigned and all. And the next one is Chris Hipkins is the New Zealand Prime Minister. ठीक है? And the Prime Minister of Australia is right now is Anthony Albanese. Scott Morrison is ex-Prime Minister of Australia. Okay, you can say earlier. So right now the right answer is option 3. Yes, Panchadi, Zoya Khan, Alok Pratap, Gauri, you all right. C is the right answer to this question. You can see Modi ji with the Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in Sydney. Okay. So okay, can anyone tell me what is the capital of Australia? कोई बता सकता है? ऑस्ट्रेलिया की राजधानी क्या है? And what is the currency of Australia? Anyone in the comment? So India-Australia ties built on trust, says Modi ji. So said foundation of India-Australia relationship lies in mutual trust and respect, as he along with his Australian Prime Minister addressed Indian diaspora at a mega event. So Indian diaspora means Indians living abroad. मतलब यहाँ पे है Indians living in Australia. So मोदी जी ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए तो वहां और उनके प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ मिलकर एड्रेस किया, यानी लोगों से, इंडिया के लोग जो कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में रह रहे हैं उनसे बात की, मुलाकात की और एड्रेस किया, मतलब उनको कुछ कहा. ठीक है. सो दैट इज व्हाट मोदी जी वेंट टू द ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड अलोंग विद द प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया ही met Indian diaspora or Indian people living in Australia, talked to them and gave some speech and all. Okay. Yes. Currency is dollar, Australian dollar. Canberra is the capital. Very good. Very good. Other people, Priya Chavan, Zoya Khan, you all are right. So let me show you. Here is India. This is Australia. ठीक है. देखो अभी recently आपको पता होगा, in yesterday's class we had discussed that Modi ji visited Papua New Guinea. The capital is Port Moresby. क्यों गए थे? Because there was PPIC summit, right? Forum for India Indo-Pacific summit करके था ना, PPIC summit हुआ था yesterday. We had discussed it, right? So Modi ji was in Papua New Guinea. The capital of that is Port Moresby. He was there, है ना? Then he visited. He's now in Australia. Australia में एक city है Sydney. Here he is here right now. The capital is actually Canberra. The capital of Australia is Canberra. You should be knowing it. This is the capital. Our currency is, what is the currency? Australian dollar. ठीक है. ठीक है. You must be knowing it. ठीक है. Prime Minister मैंने बता दिया है ना. Anthony Albanese. So A square you can remember like that. A से Australia, so A square is Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. ये याद रखने के लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ A करके. ठीक है. You can remember like that. अच्छा एक चीज और मैं बताना चाहता हूँ. I want to just highlight it. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के यहाँ पे कोरल सीधे करो, यहाँ पर एक बहुत बड़ा ये है, क्या है? व्हाट इज दिस? दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ. हैव यू हर्ड इट? इट इज वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट रीफ, है ना, ऑन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट पोर्शन ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया. सो गो एंड रीड अबाउट ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ एज वेल. मेनी टाइम्स इट रिमेन्स इन द न्यूज. ये एक तरह का कोरल रीफ है ना. कोरल्स, आई होप यू आर अवेयर ऑफ दैट, है ना. So you will find it in this region. Okay. Yes. Before moving on, guys, we are having a CLAT 2024 course. Hardly 6 months is left. मैंने बता दिया है. We have told you that the AILET exam date and CLAT exam date is out. ठीक है. I'll be having a separate session on the same today only about the exam date, when we'll be having an exam and what are the strategies you should be following and all. ठीक है. So please follow me here. So hardly 5 or 6 months is left. You must go for this course, and we are having actually on 28th May scholarship test also. ठीक है. If you qualify this scholarship test, you will get up to 90% off on this. ठीक है. So 300 plus recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live session, 35 plus mock tests are there. So if you have any query, call on this number 95388 95678 पे call कर सकते हो. Okay. Yes. And 200 days to CLAT 2024, we'll be having a session with Abhimanyu sir on 4th June at 6 p.m. So the link is given in the description from where you can register for this course. And on 27th May, that is on Saturday at 9 p.m, we'll be having a YouTube session actually with Abhimanyu sir, January to April, complete revision of current affairs and all. ठीक है. On the same YouTube channel, इसी channel पर. Subscribe to the channel, है ना. एक और है Monday को, on Monday 29th May at 6 p.m. on our app. Download the app, go to CLAT section. At 6 p.m. on Monday, what I do is actually I I actually organize a quiz where I ask questions which have already been asked in the Hindu analysis on our YouTube session, so that it would be beneficial for you, a sort of a revision series. Okay. Now let's talk about editorial. ये है justice also that makes a space for animal welfare. So this is an article. देखो, this article is actually about the recent judgment of Jallikattu and Kambala. So Kambala is a bull race in, Jallikattu is a bull fighting in Tamil Nadu, and Kambala is associated with buffalo race something in the state of Karnataka. So now the case was actually, sir, what is reef? अच्छा, कोई बच्चा पूछ रहा है सर reef क्या होता है? Corals जो आप समझते हो, मतलब उसके लिए एक separate chapter पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. We need to teach actually. Corals is actually in if you see in water body, there are something called as corals. Google पे जाना, search करना Google image पर corals, ठीक है? And these corals over the time makes actually reef, ठीक है? तो पहले आप इसको search करो, go and find out. It is actually in symbiosis with zooxanthellae. Zooxanthellae actually provides food to corals and all. ठीक है, इसको पढ़ना जाके थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? Okay, you will get to know what is reef and all. So this article was about the same Jallikattu, and also the author is a practicing advocate in Madras High Court, and he is actually quoting a book. तो ये किताब के बारे में उतना नहीं जानना है कि what the book he is talking about, but he's actually talking about this, and perhaps he is slightly critical of the judgment of Supreme Court. So Animal Welfare Board of India versus Union of India, the Tamil Nadu made a law, Tamil Nadu legislature, in which Jallikattu was allowed. So this was challenged in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court allowed it. But he is actually criticizing it. Again, the same logic I have told you, that this was animals' right versus right to culture, right to practice culture. That was main argument. And if you read Article 29, you have a right to practice your own culture, distinct culture. And animal rights mein hai ki, of course, you are supposed to protect the animal rights also. You cannot torture or you can say animals or provide pain or something like that. So these are actually the two arguments. Those who opposed it, they said ki animal rights is there. Those who supported it, they said ki we have right to practice our own culture. तो इसी के बीच main debate था. And this was the recent judgment. Supreme Court upholds law allowing Jallikattu and Kambala. ठीक है. So the sport of Jallikattu involves men competing against each other by holding onto the humps of an agitated bull that are released into the open arena. अब देखो ये होता है actually main जो Jallikattu, whatever I could understand. देखो पहले है agitated bull. Agitated मतलब angry है ना? This word is meant. Agitated bull मतलब एक तरह से angry bull, ठीक है? And they are supposed to hold the humps. Hump इसको कहते हैं, ये देख रहे हो, ये जो पीठ पर बना रहता है ऊंचा सा, this is called as hump. Okay, I don't know the Hindi word for that. और पीठ पे जो हाँ होता है ना, उसको hump कहते हैं. तो इसको पकड़ना है. देखो ये जैसे ये आदमी पकड़े हुए हैं ना, so this person is holding the hump of a bull. So this is the target actually, to hold the hump of a bull, and they compete against each other. Means the competitors actually compete who should be holding that hump. ठीक है, इसको कौन पकड़ पाएगा. So that is actually the game is something like that. ठीक है. Supreme Court in its previous judgment had declared illegal. Previous judgment में उसको illegal declare कर दिया गया था in a 2-judge bench in Nagaraj case. However, later on the Tamil Nadu legislature made a separate law for that. Then it went to the 5-judge bench. A larger bench was made, and larger bench actually supported Jallikattu and Kambala. They have allowed Jallikattu and Kambala to be actually to be practiced and all. Okay. So he is slightly critical of this judgment. To overcome the judgment, government of Tamil Nadu passed. जब 2-judge bench ने जब prohibit कर दिया था, when 2-judge bench actually prohibited it, then later on the government of Tamil Nadu passed the law, state legislature, and got approval from the president of India and all. And later on again, this law of Tamil Nadu legislature was challenged in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court finally said yes to it. Now, इसमें अब ये बता रहे हैं, the author is saying कि the concept of Article 21, right to life, है ना? So animals too must be treated as person, and to the end, Jallikattu must be seen as impinging the right to life and all. So he is saying कि जैसे Article 21 में we talk about right to life, So according to the author, right to life is not only restricted to humans, it should be for animals as well. मतलब author के हिसाब से सिर्फ ह्यूमंस को ही राइट टू लाइफ नहीं होना चाहिए बल्कि एनिमल्स में भी होना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस, आई मीन अकॉर्डिंग टू आर्टिकल 21, द ऑथर्स ओपिनियन इज ओके. So that is what he is talking about. Then again he is talking about another article which you are supposed to answer. First answer this question. Which of the following article is violated when a law is made arbitrarily? Your options are article 14, 19, 29, 44. जब भी कोई आर्बिट्ररी लॉ बनता है तो कौन सा आर्टिकल वायलेट होता है? एनीवन? सब कोई लाइक बटन प्रेस करते जाओ गाइस. What is the tone of author? Critical, you can say. Alok Pratap Singh, critical of the judgment of Supreme Court. Huh? Yes. Law is made. Yes. Whenever a law is made arbitrarily, it violates Article 14. हमेशा याद रखिएगा, कई बार पूछा था एग्जाम में. So Article option 1 is the right answer. It talks about equality before law and equal protection of law. Yes. So A is the right answer to this question. ठीक है, you should be knowing it. अरे आर्टिकल 44 is related with uniform civil code, तो डी कैसे होगा? A is the right answer to this question. देखो आर्टिकल 40 guarantees to all person है ना, reasonable classification and non arbitrariness. I mean there are a lot of judgments of Supreme Court regarding it. ठीक है. Okay, so that is what he is talking about. The court response to these argument is not only deeply dissatisfactory but is often contradictory. So basically he is criticizing the judgment finally. ठीक है. And he claims that the amending law can still be tested on the anvil of reasonableness that is contained in Article 14. Yes. So the law has to be reasonable, non-arbitrary. So these are actually derived from Article 14. Okay, these concepts. Okay. Like for example, he is saying the state shall not deny to any person equality before law or equal protection of law. This line is mentioned in Article 14. है ना? सबको equally treat किया जाना चाहिए, है ना? So that is what it says. Now, if animals are not person as the court upholds, then surely the law cannot be same be tested on Article 14. So basically, he's saying that animals should also be treated as humans or persons having their fundamental rights. So basically, he's focusing that the fundamental rights which are given to humans, some of them should be given to animals as well, like right to life and all. So Article 14, 21, etc. should be given to animals as well. तो उनका ये कहने का मतलब है कि ये जो बेसिक बहुत सारे फंडामेंटल राइट्स है, जैसे 14 है, 21 है, राइट टू लाइफ है, ये सिर्फ इंसान के लिए नहीं होनी चाहिए बल्कि एनिमल्स को भी कुछ सब राइट्स दिए जाने चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. एंड यस, यू कैन से ही इज स्लाइटली क्रिटिकल ऑफ दैट the judgment. To be assured on a reading of Constitution, the view that animals are not persons and therefore do not enjoy fundamental right is not implausible. So he is saying it is not justifiable, not implausible, but not justifiable to say that animals do not enjoy fundamental rights. Means he does agree with the judgment and he is saying that yes, animals should be given some sort of fundamental rights. कुछ laws देने चाहिए. हाँ. 1960 law by Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960 की बात कर रहे हैं. Prevention of Animals to Cruelty Act 1960, which resulted into the establishment of Animal Welfare Board of India as well, है ना. ठीक है, PC Act 1960 पढ़ लीजिएगा, है ना. It's important right now. The answer to the debate lies not necessarily in the seeing person as a person with standing or in bestowing them as justiciable right. Instead, what we can do is to how best to mend our conception of rights and all. अब इसमें इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना. He is actually talking about that our conception of right should be expanded to animals and all, है ना. And that is why he is talking about that. ठीक है. फिर उन्होंने बात किया कि for example, it has held that humans' right to life include right to live in a healthy environment and all. तो एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है what we call it as one health concept. आज के लिए काफी न्यूज में मतलब रहता है, इसीलिए मैं बता रहा हूँ. देखो, इफ यू नीड, जैसे वी टॉक अबाउट सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स, वी टॉक अबाउट हेल्दी इन्वायरमेंट सो फॉर ह्यूमंस. तो अगर ह्यूमन हेल्थ पर ध्यान देना है तो हम लोग को इन्वायरमेंट हेल्थ और एनिमल हेल्थ पर भी ध्यान देना होगा. इफ यू वांट टू फोकस ऑन ह्यूमन हेल्थ, वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन एनिमल हेल्थ एज वेल एज एनवायरमेंट हेल्थ, बिकॉज ऑल आर लिंक्ड टू ईच अदर. इट्स इकोसिस्टम, है ना. And humans are not living separately, they are living along with animals, along with environment, etc. And this concept is called as one health approach. ठीक है, इसी को one health approach कहते हैं. Perhaps he is actually indirectly referring to that. हालांकि उन्होंने one health का नाम नहीं लिया है, but he's talking about the same, that humans right to life has health with link with healthy environment. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि right to life is under article 21. अब मान लो हम ऐसी जगह रह रहे हैं, if I am living at a place where there is huge pollution, then my right to life is violated. So clean environment is my right to life. In fact, Supreme Court has said in various judgments also that pollution free air is actually a part of right to life, है ना. अगर कोई इंसान है वो polluted environment में रहे तो उसको right to life कैसे मिलेगा, वो बेचारा परेशान रहेगा बीमारी से and all. So that is why. So basically human health has relation with animal health, all are actually interrelated, है ना. Human health has relation with environment, environment has with animal and all, ठीक है. So इसीलिए उसको एक concept दिया गया one health approach, ठीक है ना. So we have to see all the three holistically as one, ठीक है. Then only we'll be successful and all, in preventing global warming etc and all, ठीक है. However, a Prevention of Animal to Cruelty Act, he's talking about the same in terms that is effectively means to 11 fundamental rights and all. So he's saying that this law was actually originally supposed to protect the rights of or fundamental rights of animals. And originally इसी के लिए बनाया गया था. That is what he is talking about. ठीक है. Now नीचे एक article Paradox of BRICS, its new pathway, written by Mr. Rajiv Bhatia. Now there are some questions for you. First, tell me where is the headquarter of BRICS? Your options are Beijing, Shanghai, Moscow, New Delhi. What is the right answer to this question? बताओ. BRICS का headquarter आपको कहाँ मिलेगा? आप बिल्डिंग देख रहे हो, वो उसी की बिल्डिंग है. So BRICS Tower, I think इसको कहते हैं ना. BRICS Tower. The building is. Yes. Where do we find this? BRICS Tower. कहाँ मिलेगा आपको? Only one person is right. Only one person has answered. Other people, सब कोई बताओ यार. Two people have said one, option one. Other, anyone else? Yes, Rashmikant Oja is right. Option two, Shanghai in China is the right answer. It's not Beijing. Beijing में आपको SCO का headquarter मिलेगा. Shanghai Cooperation Organization's headquarter is in Beijing. BRICS headquarter is in Shanghai. So two is the right answer. Yes, Rashmikant Oja, Gauri, you all are right. B is the right answer to this question. BRICS Tower है Shanghai, China में, यही है BRICS Tower. ठीक है? So you should be knowing it, है ना? Now the next one is, what is the name of BRICS Bank? Your options are AIIB, NDB, ADB, World Bank. BRICS Bank का नाम क्या है आपको बताना है. मैंने जानबूझ के have deliberately kept the short form of option 1, 2 and 3. There's a reason for that, है ना? And it is said, अच्छा पहले आंसर कर लो. I'm waiting for the correct answer. See, I'm giving you a hint. The hint is given in the photo itself. Okay, Shanghai में headquarter है, BRICS Tower है. The photo will tell you the answer to this question if you know, if you can apply some logic. Yes, Gauri is right. New Development Bank, option B is the right answer. देखो यहाँ ऊपर में बना हुआ है NDB, here it is written. ठीक है. So the right answer is B. Yes, Rashmikant, Priya, Chavan, Gauri. New Development Bank, B is the right answer to this question, है ना. देखो ये लोगो यहाँ पे बना हुआ भी है ना. And Shanghai, China. BRICS के अलावा other nations भी है, ठीक है. Russia, South Africa, other nations, UAE, Uruguay, Egypt is also there, Bangladesh is also there, which are not members of BRICS, है ना. So B is the right answer. So he's talking about multilateral groupings comes and go, है ना. बहुत सारे multilateral grouping आते हैं और चले जाते हैं. जैसे he's talking about NAM. You know NAM, non-aligned movement, which was very much prevalent from 1945 to 1991 when Cold War was there. So there were two military blocks, है ना. There were two military blocks, one led by USA, another led by USSR, right? So India and other third world countries made NAM, and they decided not to join either of the two. That's called as non-aligned movement. अब उसका जो ये है, relevance खत्म हो गया, मतलब उतना ज्यादा है नहीं, लोग कहते. So there were heydays. Heydays मतलब rise पे था, मतलब बहुत famous था. It was very famous during those days. Now it has lost its relevance. G77 का भी relevance खत्म हो गया. Even we are having SAARC summit 2014 के बाद, we have not seen SAARC summit. So SAARC में ये सब members थे. Mostly these were actually SAARC members, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, फिर पाकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, नेपाल, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives were there. Now since 2014 we have not seen any SAARC summit also. So that is what is being talked about. ठीक है. Then is saying that despite serious policies, divergence on China and Myanmar, ASEAN continues to work. तो ये वाला जो ये सब ASEAN members हैं, these are ASEAN members, है ना? So that is what you should be knowing it, है ना? तो इसी सब की बात कर रहे हैं. Now since we are talking about BRICS, we are going to talk about BRICS. First tell me, who gave the idea of BRIC, which later became BRICS? Your options are Warren Buffett, Jim O'Neill, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. So originally BRIC था 2010 में, S add हो गया, that is South Africa also got added. ठीक है. So who actually gave the idea of BRIC originally? किसने ये आइडिया दिया था? बताइए. Anyone? So he was actually the one of the founder of Goldman Sachs company, and that is Jim O'Neill. So option 2 or B is the right answer to this question, है ना? Jim O'Neill gave the concept of BRIC, that these are 4 emerging economies, है ना? And later on actually BRIC was formed, है ना? तो देखो ये है BRIC, है ना? कहाँ चला गया? हाँ. So Jim O'Neill conception of BRIC, है ना? Brazil, Russia, India, China. He originally gave the idea, and this later on these 4 countries emerged. Later on South Africa got added. फिर एक और 2003 बनाएंगे, IBSA इसको कहते हैं. इसमें क्या है? इंडिया, ब्राजील एंड साउथ अफ्रीका इज देयर. सो ब्रिक्स में क्या कौन कौन नेशंस है? ब्राजील, रशिया, इंडिया, चाइना, साउथ अफ्रीका. सो इफ यू रिमूव रशिया एंड चाइना, Brazil, India and South Africa have made their own separate forum also called as IBSA, India, Brazil, South Africa Forum. Okay, so just have an idea about that. Yes, Jim O'Neill 2 is the right answer. Some people have answered Gauri, Priya, Rashmikant, Kamlesh, you all were right. Okay. Then he is talking ki 19 nations are willing to join BRICS. These are the names. Ab sab naam nahi yaad rakhna, but just have an idea they are interested to join BRICS. Okay. Then several explanations may be bothered of what first China is pushing to, the expansion as a strategic device and all. अब ऐसा कहा जाता है BRICS is generally considered as a lot of times China dominated platform. These are the words being used many times. कि BRICS and SCO also they say sometimes. These are the words, especially in case of SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Many foreign policy experts say that it is a China dominated platform and all. ठीक है, तो ये सब आपको पता होना चाहिए. Now there's a question for you. Who is going to be the host of 2023 BRICS summit? Your options are China, South Africa, Brazil, India. What is the right answer? बताओ तो. सब कोई लाइक बटन प्रेस करते जाओ. एवरीवन प्लीज प्रेस द लाइक बटन. सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल. 2023 ब्रिक्स समिट का होस्ट कौन होगा? Okay, so the right answer is option B. South Africa is the right answer to this question. ठीक है, तो क्या लिखा है? The next BRICS summit will be hosted by South Africa in August this year. ठीक है, अब देखो, yes, B is the right answer. Priya Chavan, Zoya Khan, Spanchadi, Param Khoj, you all are right. देखो, B से ब्राजील, R से रशिया, है ना, I से इंडिया, C से चाइना, S से साउथ अफ्रीका. ओके, तो लास्ट ईयर the head was China. ठीक है, तो this year it will be South Africa. ऐसे जाता है सीक्वेंस वाइज. उसके बाद यहाँ नेक्स्ट चले जाएंगे. 2024 ब्राजील, उसके 2025 रशिया, लाइक दिस. फिर 2026 इंडिया. इट गोज लाइक दिस. ठीक है, सीक्वेंस वाइज चलते हैं. ओके, सो द राइट आंसर इज साउथ अफ्रीका विल बी द होस्ट. यस, गौरी, रश्मिकांत, मोहिता, कमलेश, सोया खान, जिन्होंने भी बी आंसर किया, यू आर राइट, है ना. So that is what is being talked about. ठीक है, while BRICS leader meet physically fairly unlikely. क्या BRICS leader physically मुलाकात करेंगे? ऑनलाइन मीटिंग हो गया. Whether there will be an online meeting or people will be meeting, the presidents will be meeting offline. Now, South Africa is supposed to host, and if the Russian president comes, he is supposed, the South Africa is supposed to arrest the guest. अब बोलो क्यों अरेस्ट करेगा? I'll tell you. देखो, right now if you see it carefully, these are the nations, and BRICS summit actually will be hosted by South Africa. अभी ऑनलाइन हो गई ऑफलाइन. Now I hope you are aware, ICC, International Criminal Court, have issued an arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin. Okay, now if you see it carefully, this is actually the signatories of Rome Statute, which are part of International Criminal Court. तो जो green वाले वो party हैं. So this is actually South Africa. Okay. So South Africa is actually one of the parties to ICC, International Criminal Court. India is not. देखो red वाला है ना, India is, ये वाला red है, तो India is not a state party. Okay, you can see. Russia, this is orange one is Russia, which was earlier a part of it, but later on withdrew. तो पहले ICC के part थे, बाद में withdraw कर लिया. अब देखो, if Russian president comes to South Africa, South Africa is a member of ICC, International Criminal Court. And International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant. So if Vladimir Putin comes to South Africa physically, thus it is the duty of South Africa to arrest him. Why? Because it is a part of ICC. आप समझ हो ना? Is it clear? So that is why the author is saying कि maybe South Africa is compelled to arrest the guest. जो guest आ रहे हैं उन्हीं को arrest करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए कि South Africa ICC International Criminal Court के part है. ठीक है, उसमें मतलब agreement sign किया हुआ है. So maybe most likely the agreement or maybe happen a digital summit will be there, in online summit will be happening. Okay, so you should be knowing it. Side में एक article है, an unclean chit court appointed panel reports raises fresh question on SEBI functioning. I hope you are aware. So SEBI have asked some more time, है ना, from Supreme Court regarding Adani Hindenburg issue and all, right? To probe the allegations and all. तो कुछ और वक्त मांगा है Supreme Court से. Now there's a question for you. Supreme Court has set up a committee under retired judge to probe Adani Hindenburg issue. What is the name of the judge? Your options are Justice A.M. Khanwilkar, Justice A.M. Sapre, Justice S. Abdul Nazir, Justice Ranjan Gogoi. Your time starts now. बताओ क्या सही जवाब है? सब कोई लाइक बटन प्रेस कर दो guys. Everyone please press the like button. What is the right answer? Yes, the right answer is Justice A.M. Sapre. So B is the right answer to this question. ठीक है ना, Justice A.M. Sapre panel and all. तो इसमें they have asked for more time and all. So let's wait. अब इसको इसके बारे में ज़्यादा बात करने कोई फायदा नहीं है. So unless until there will be some final decision on it. So we'll be seeing it, है ना. Now opinion में एक article disregarding constitution, court and citizen. It has been written by Law Minister of Delhi. So we have discussed about it. Yes, B is the right answer. इससे पहले का B सही है ना. Zoya Khan, Kamlesh, Mohita, you all were right. We had already discussed it that there was a recent judgment of Supreme Court regarding who should be transferring bureaucrats, officers, है ना. Whether Mr. Arvind Kejriwal or Mr. Vinay Kumar Saxena. And Supreme Court gave the power to the Chief Minister and all. Later on, the central government President promulgated an ordinance under Article 123 and reversed the judgment and all. So these things were coming in the news. तो उसी पर उन्होंने article लिखा है. Basically, he is writing article critical of the ordinance that has been passed and all. Okay, so just have an idea about it. ठीक है. So he is giving detail में जा रहे हैं आपको interested. So if you are interested, you can read it. That story began in 2015 and all. So since he is an of course politician, the minister of Delhi. ठीक है. Okay, so go and read it. एक और है तेलंगाना आंध्र प्रदेश वाटर डिस्प्यूट. ठीक है. So this देखो वाटर डिस्प्यूट कई बार न्यूज में रहता है. A lot of disputes do happen. Like this is Telangana, this is Andhra Pradesh. ठीक है. Clearly बनाते हैं. This is Telangana. I'm writing T here, and this is AP Andhra Pradesh. So something like this. जैसे अगर मान लो ये रेड वाली जो है, मान लो I think Krishna River goes something like this. And I've just made a rough sketch, है ना. So there's a dispute between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh on Krishna water sharing. ठीक है. So that is what is being highlighted here. Okay. So Bachawat Tribunal was also set up in this regard. देखो एक article है, Article 262. Under this, the president can set up a interstate water dispute tribunal. Can be set up. So it is explicitly mentioned in Constitution. Why? Because the Constitution makers were aware. Interstate water dispute tribunal. The Constitution makers were very much aware of the fact that it will cause issues and all in the future, because पानी के लिए बहुत लड़ाई होती है ना. Yes, Parakasam barrage is also there on the Krishna River and all. So that is why water is a very important thing. cheetah cub dies in Kunu National Park. I hope you are aware. देखो last year also I mean some cheetahs were brought from Namibia. This year some cheetahs were brought from South Africa in Kunu National Park. You remember that? ये सब मैंने बताया है कई बार. And recently 4 cubs were born. Cubs मतलब बच्चे, छोटे बच्चे है ना. So 4 cubs were born from cheetah, mother cheetah. One of them has actually died. ये जो 4 बच्चे पैदा हुए थे recently, 30 मार्च को न्यूज था, उसमें से एक बच्चे की मौत हो गई. So that is what it was in the news. है ना. One more cheetah this time died at the Kuno National Park. The 2-month-old cub was one of the 4 born recently to Jwala. Jwala is the name of the cheetah. ठीक है. तो जो 4 बच्चे पैदा हुए थे उसमें से एक बच्चे का डेथ हो गया. तो इट वाज इन द न्यूज. तो कूनो नेशनल पार्क की सब न्यूज में आपको पता होना चाहिए. यू शुड बी नोइंग दीस थिंग्स, है ना. यस गौरी, इंटर स्टेट वाटर डिस्प्यूट एक्ट 1956 उसी के अंदर बनाया गया है, आर्टिकल 262 के अंदर, है ना. Okay, the next question is, what is the name of the Arab woman, first Arab woman who has gone to the space? Your options are Rayana Barnawi, Amina J. Muhammad, Sheikh Hasina Wajid, Samia Suluhu Hassan. What is the right answer to this question? First Arab woman who has gone to the space. What is the right answer? सब कोई लाइक बटन प्रेस कर दो. एवरीवन प्लीज प्रेस द लाइक बटन. अभी आजकल में न्यूज में था, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन. यस, परम खोज प्रिया चौहान, यू आर राइट. रैयाना बरनावी इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे आर्टिकल था, इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन वेलकम्स फर्स्ट सऊदी एस्ट्रोनॉट इन प्राइवेट मिशन. Rayana Barnawi becomes first Arab woman in space. So you should be knowing these articles. These things were coming on the news. Yes, Mohita, you all are right. देखो ऑप्शन बी पता है कौन है? शी इज एक्चुअली डेप्यूटी यूएन सेक्रेटरी जनरल. यूएन सेक्रेटरी जनरल अमीना जे मोहम्मद. शेख हसीना एज प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ बांग्लादेश. सामिया सुलूहू हसन इज आई थिंक फ्रॉम तंजानिया, आई गेस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ तंजानिया. एक बार चेक कर लेना, जहां तक हमको याद आ रहा है. ठीक है. So Russia fights incursion from Ukraine, reports drone hits and all. This we have already discussed it. ये जंग चल रही है बहुत, एक साल से ऊपर हो गया. So the war is happening between Russia and Ukraine, and Russia is now saying that Ukraine is intruding in our boundaries and all. So there is allegation, counter allegation. Both are putting allegations against each other and all. So that is what you should be knowing it. मैंने करेंसी वगैरह बता दिया था, कर्च स्ट्रेट बता दिया था. Go and read if you have not read about कर्च स्ट्रेट, Sea of Azov and Black Sea. Go and see the map. These are important ones. ठीक है. हाँ, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ तंजानिया सामिया सुलूहू हसन, ये लास्ट वाली तंजानिया प्रेसिडेंट. यस, ठीक है. इसका आंसर ए है, ऑप्शन 1. ओके. सो हाँ, यहाँ मैंने दिखा भी दिया. ये ब्लैक सी है, अज़ोव सी है, क्रीमिया है. दिस वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इट इन यस्टरडेज क्लास एज वेल. ठीक है. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and download the BYJU'S exam prep app. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.